Ladies and gentlemen, golfers, non-golfers, yet and friends of golf, welcome to Kigali Golf Resort and Villa, the home of Kigali Golf Club. Golf has been here in Rwanda since 1987, which currently hosts 340 registered members. The current upgraded facility, which is one of the very few golf courses with the PGA standard in Africa, is an 18 golf course, which is located in the heart of Kigali and sits on 65 hectares of land. Beside the golf course and the game of golf, there is other sporting activities, including health club, pro shop, boarding rooms, and golf club that will incorporate 7 food and beverages. Here at Kigali Golf Club, we are in Nyarutarama, the heart of Kigali, where we are hosting CIMERWA Golf Open 2021. This is a 4th edition of CIMERWA Golf Open that has been happening here in Kigali Golf Course and other golf course in Rwamagana. Golfers who have been registered in this event are 180 golfers. And the club itself has more than 340 registered members. But we are going to speak more than just a game. We are going to speak about the game itself, how it started, how it came to be, how did it come in Rwanda, and also the advantages of the golf course, how the communities around the golf course have benefited about this golf game, the facilities, and every other thing in its entirety. Banyarwandakazi bantu mudukurikiye hano kuri studio za RBA ahangaha kuri Kigali Golf Club, turi muri tournoi cyangwa se tournament ya CIMERWA Golf Open 2021. Ni irushanwa ririmo abakinnyi barenze 180 biyandikishije kugira ngo bakine uno mukino. CIMERWA Golf Open rero ni edition cyangwa ni edition iyongeye kuba ku nshuro ya 4 hano mu Rwanda i Kigali. Ni competition rero abantu baturuka mu bice bitandukanye, yaba abanyarwanda, yaba abantu baturutse hanze y'u Rwanda, baza bagakina mu categories atandukanye, yaba aba profession cyangwa se ababigize umwuga, abari amateurs ariko bafite handicap kuva kuri 0 kugera kuri 18 ndetse no kuva kuri 19 kugera kuri 28 bakompeta cyangwa se bakompitinga bagahangana bakabona ibihembo bigiye bitandukanye, yaba ama golf clubs cyangwa se ibikoresho bya golf ndetse n'ibindi. Hano rero turi kumwe na former president of golf Kigali Golf Club and former president of Rwanda Golf Union, Mr. Andrew Nwandi. Tugayikaze. Nkaba ndi kumwe kandi na commentator cyangwa se umfasha gusesengura uyu mukino, Mr. Emma Chuma Nsekanabo. Nguhaye ikaze, welcome.
Murakoze cyane.
Abantu rero bari hano badukurikiranye kuri televiziyo Rwanda, tubahaye ikaze. Tugiye kuvuga amateka y'umukino wa golf, aho waturutse, uburyo wageze mu Rwanda, uburyo abanyarwanda bawubona, ese uyu mukino ubwawo abanyarwanda bawungukiramo iki, cyane cyane ko hari abantu batekereza yuko uyu mukino ushobora kuba ari umukino w'abantu bifashije gusa, ariko nyamara hari byinshi uyu mukino werekana yuko atari wabifashije gusa, ndetse n'abana n'urubyiruko n'abadamu bose bakiri umukino kandi ukabagiraho ingaruka nziza, cyane cyane ko u Rwanda nk'igihugu cyihaye intego yo kwimakaza umuco cyangwa se lifestyle yo gukora siporo kugira ngo abantu babashe kugira ubuzima buri healthy. Mr. Andrew, wabaye president wa Kigali Golf Club, wabaye chairman wa Rwanda Golf Union. Watubwira muri make, ese uyu mukino watangiye ute, ese uyu mukino waturutse he, ese wageze hano mu Rwanda gute?
Urakoze Moses. Umukino wa golf ni umukino watangiye mu bwami bw'Abongereza mu myaka nka 300 ishize, utangirwa n'abami bikomangoma nibo byatangiye kuwukina. Ari ahantu bakubitaga agapira bakagenda bagakurikiye bagorora ingingo, ariko uza kugenda ukura kugeza igihe batangiye no gushaka gushyira no ako agapira bakubise bakagenda bakakageza mu kobo. Noneho hanyuma baza kuvanaho yuko bashyiraho ikibuga cyihariye cyo kujya bawukiniramo. ibibuga rero bigenda bikura babyongera bitangira kuri 1 2 3 kugeza igihe babigejeje kuri 18 n'agapira bakubitaga nako uko cyari kinini cyane kitagenda baza kugenda babisubiramo biza kugeraho reba turadupira ukuntu tungana ubwo rero turadupira uko uyu mukino uteye cyangwa ukinwa nuko ukinirwa ku kibuga cya golf icyo kibuga hari ahantu aho umuntu atangirira naho arangiriza nuvuga ko agapira iyo gateye bahantu ugatangiriye ukageza mu kobo ukabara inshuro ugateye mu bibuga bya golf iyo tuvuga wenda nk'ingi aha ngaha ifite ibibuga 18 bigizwe n'utubuga dutatu dutandukanye hariho ingufi iyo twavuga indi ya medium bita par 4 n'indi ndende ya par 5 no kuvuga ko ahantu uteramo inshuro 5
nkunganiye hari par 3 nicyo kibuga kigufiya mu bibuga byose ndetse hakaba par 4 kiba ari cyo kiri medium hagati no hagati ndetse hakaba na par 5 iyo ngiyo ni ikibuga kiba ari kirekire inshuro nyinshi usanga kiri muri metero nka 450 kuzamura kuko kiba ari cyo kibuga kirekire. Mr President, hari abantu bajya bavuga yuko umukino wa golf atari siporo nkuko abantu babivuga kuko baravuga ngo ese kari agapira utera ukagenda ese bura siporo yaba ari iyihe mu byukuri bakavuga ko ari umukino w'abantu bafite amafaranga bavuga ati se kuki ni gute ntashobora kuba najya gukina golf sinjye gukina football cyangwa basket ni yihe mpamvu yatuma ubuni nkundiye nkwiye kuza gukina golf
golf hariho imikino myinshi muri iyi si myinshi cyane utabara hariho niyo tutari twabona twebwe ariko duvuze nk'umukino wa golf ni umukino turebe tuvuge kuri iki kibuga cyacu cya Nyarutarama ni ikibuga kirimo ibibuga 18 kiri kuri hectare wavuze 65
ariko ikibuga ubwaco ngira ngo
kugenda icyo kibuga ubaze metero aho utangirira ukazarinda urangiza birenze metero 7,000
ubwo ni ibirometero 7
ubwo ni metero 70 ariko ubwo no kuvuga ko ugiye straight udajya hirya no hino kandi uzi ko uyikina agapira kagenda ugakurikira iyo urangije kuri moyenne nuvuga ko ubugenze ibirometero 11 kuri average iyo birometero 11 nuvuga ko uba unakina so uvuze ngo siporo hariho bakinira kwa gapira mu nzu
hari
na tennis hariho mu football hariho iki nk'abakinyi bakina umupira w'amaguru iyo umuntu akora ibirometero 10 aba ari umukinnyi wakoze cyane
yego
nta mukino
urimo wari umukino w'ingufu kavuga ati uriya mukino nawo wamfasha iki ahubwo nka bivuze umukino umwe one round of golf it is covering about 10 kilometers and if you do that 3 times a week those are 30 kilometers and if you did that in a month you have 120 kilometers in your legs
nta nubwo ari ugukina kugenda gusa hariho gufata ziriya clubs ukina ukubita bishaka no gushyiramo ingufu n'ubwenge kuko ni umukino ukoresha ingufu ugakoresha n'ubwenge kuko icyo ubona nko muri iriya bag harimo ibikoresho cyangwa ibyo twita clubs inkoni 14 zigenda zikina ahantu hatandukanye uko ugenda umenya kuzikoresha nibwo buhanga ubufite
uvuze ibyo bintu nibuka yuko nari ngiye kukubaza ikibazo n'ubundi ngiye kubaza ntise ikibuga ibikoresho bikoreshwa bakina umukino wa golf ni ibihe kuko hano imbere yanjye ndabona agakapu ngira ngo ni iryo jambo wenda ryoroshye cyangwa se igikapu niko nabivuga mu Kinyarwanda kirimo ibikoresho bitandukanye harimo igifite ubutwe munini harimo umutwe muto ukurikiyeho hari uwundi wa gatatu hari ibindi bikoze nk'urushyi ukuntu sinzi niba ariko nabivuga hakabamo iyo ngiyo ngira ngo mu Cyongereza bayita driver yego ubwo mbishize mu Kinyarwanda ngira ngo ni inkoni ifite umutwe munini ngira ngo
itera kure
kurusha izindi
itera kure kurusha izindi.
Ese iyo nk'inkoni umuntu ayikoresha ryari cyangwa se ari he?
Twavuze ibibuga bitandukanye. Iyo ikoresha ugiye gutangira ujya kujya mu bibuga birebire kirekire nk'iya cyapa icyo twise cya ukigomba guteramo nk'inshuro 5 cyangwa inshuro 4 utangira niyo kugira ngo nibura agapira kajye kure hashoboka. Kandi nutera nyine kuri bwa buhanga bwawe agapira nikajye mu ishyamba kagende kagume kuri cya kibuga. Aho rero ni ukoresha nk'inkoni iyo bita wood one driver. Hanyuma bagera hagati ushaka gutera inkingi nayo iratera kure ariko ntabwo yageza nkaho yayigeze.
Yego.
Uko zigenda zikurikirana ureba zigiye hasi na distance zikavaringa niko zigenda zikora ikizige. Iyo ubona uko zigenda zisa nkaho zigarama niko zizamura n'umupira hejuru. Tuvuge ngo hari nk'amazi urashaka kuyanyura hejuru ushyizeho iyi ntabwo wanyura hejuru.
Ntabwo byashoboka.
So ushaka nkiriya yo bita sandwich cyangwa pitch noneho wakubita umupira ukazamuka ukarenga ya obstacle washakaga kunyuraho.
Yego.
Ibyo rero nibyo bita inkoni zitandukanye za golf. Naho ubundi izi zose ujya kurangiza ibyo bibuga 18 wazikoresha
zose.
Ntabwo zikoresha hamwe. Uragenda wagera ahantu ukamenya utaha ahantu sigaranye metero nka 80 n'izo metero 80 reka nkoresheho iyi ngiyi. Ibyo ubibona cyangwa wigira ukorikije experience umaze kubona cyangwa urutangira gutraininga ukagenda ubyiga no kwigisha akabikwereka uko bimeze ukamuzikoresha kuri.
I think Mr. Andrew would like us to take us through the history of the game itself in this particular country. You mentioned about where it originated from in Scotland, but when did this game start in Rwanda and how is it evolving in the last couple of years?
Thank you. Mu Rwanda bavuze ko golf yatangiye mu 1987 ubwo nibwo bafunguye ikibuga cya golf cyari gifite imyobo 9 hariya hirya. Bikabaza golf yaratangiwe n'abantu bakoraga inahangaha b'abanyamahanga bari barayikinye n'ahandi abamwe bara muri ambase abandi b'abacuruzi bajyaga hanze bakareba baza basaba leta ko yabaha ubutaka bwari hariya. Leta rero bibahaye bishakamo ubushobozi barahakora bakora icyo kibuga cy'imyobo 9 bari bake cyane. Noneho bafashwa ni company ya Bralirwa kuko ngira ngo nawe wari uyoboye nawe yari yarayikinyeho agashaka kugira ngo ajye nababona aho akinira. Noneho ubwo nubwo batangiye kugeza igihe bayifunguye mu 1997 aho niho bakomeje bagerageza baza kugeraho bavuga bati abantu ko batangiye kwiyongera wasaba na ruhande rwa Nyarutarama baka leta kahaduka tuhakora imyobo 18 no kikaba kibuga cya golf cyuzuye. Leta irahabaha ihabahaye babaha muri 90 ariko kubera nyine muzi amateka yacu y'u Rwanda ibintu byakurikiyeho ntibagira icyo bahakorera kugeza igihe intambara yo kubohora igihugu yatangiye bisa nkaho bipfuye. Ngiye uvuga naje hanga mu 1994 kuko nari nsanzwe nkine uyu mukino mbaza mu Rwanda nta hantu hari golf barambwira ngo hari ahantu Nyarutaramire. 1994 mu kwezi kwa 12 nibwo nageze kuri golf club ya hariya sanga ryarabaye ishyamba abantu baragiye dutangira kugerageza noneho n'abantu narinzi bamwe bayikinaga nka hanze n'aba members bari barahabo basanzwe turabashakisha baraza tutangira kuhakora kugerageza kugira ngo ibe golf course. Ariko hashize nk'imyaka nk'ine 97 turavuga dufite ahantu ubutaka buri hirya hari reka tugerageze twishakemo imbaraga tuhakore ikibuga cyuzire kibe 18 imyobo 18. Twaragerageje hari abantu baradufasha companies zo mu Rwanda nyinshi zaradufashije dufungura ikibuga cyuzuye cy'imyobo 18 mu bihumbi 2 tuba dufite 18 hall of courses dutangira no kujya tugira amarushanwa y'abantu bavuye hanze baza ikibuga turagikora kirakomera dushyiraho amakomiti arakora kugeza tuvuge ejo bundi aha ariko ubwo bwose bwo twakinaga byari gukina kwishimisha gukina bisanzwe nk'umukino usanzwe ariko tuza kunguka ibitekerezo yuko umukino ukwiriye kuva ujye kwishimisha gusa w'abantu bakeya noneho umukino ukaba center of tourism abantu bakajya bava hanze tukagera relations n'izi club zo hanze abantu bakajya bava hanze aba professionals international players bakajya baza hano noneho ikaba attraction ya tourism nibwo twegereye RSSB na Rwanda Development Board tubagezaho igitekerezo nibwo bavuze bati noneho golf ye kuba ikintu cyo gukinisha gusa reka tuyigire ikintu cyafasha mu tourism ikintu kandi kitavanyeho n'abantu kwishimisha bakina umukino.
Yeah, you just touched the point I wanted to talk about. Ngira ngo ukoze kuri point nashaka kukubaza uvuze uburyo aho golf yaturutse uburyo yatangiye ari members only club cyangwa se ari abamambure bishize hamwe kugira ngo babashe kuba bakubaka ikigo cya golf abafatanyije kufatanya na leta yabahaye ubutaka kugira ngo babashe kuba bakubaka icyo kibuga cya golf byumvikane yuko hagomba kubaho ubufatanye hagati y'abamambure cyangwa aba members bari bahari icyo gihe ndetse na leta. Ikindi udusobanurira uburyo abamambure biteranyije bagahuza imbaraga ndetse bagafatanya n'amakampani atandukanye yari ahari icyo gihe kugira ngo babashe kuba bakubaka ino facility ya golf. Aha rero turi ubu ngubu rero ntago kikiri cya kibuga cy'aba members biteranyije bakakora umwobo umwe cyangwa se ikibuga hori imwe gusa bagateranyaho n'indi ahubwo turi muri upgraded PGA standard golf course, one of the few golf courses that has the standard of PGA. Mr. Emma, as you understand, you are a golfer yourself.
Yes,
you know what it means to have a PGA standard golf course. It's not anyone. It's not any person or any country. It's not easy actually to be in any country. Basically, it being in Rwanda, what have you seen as differences in terms of the facility itself, in terms of the beauty of the golf course, the infrastructure, and that input between of RSSB and the Rwanda Development Board, which is RDB? How did it really come to make this golf course be what it is today?
Well, thank you very much. I think this is a great milestone for the country to have such a facility that is the standard of PGA. Like you mentioned, is one of the few on the African continent that we have. And like Andrew mentioned, this will definitely help us enhance our strategy to promote what we call MICE and tourism in general, to attract people from outside the country to come in here. But I also don't want to make it sound like it's not an inclusive initiative. It's not just for the people outside the country, but this is a facility for also Rwandan people. I think it is an opportunity to use such a platform to break down some erroneous perceptions that this game belongs to the rich, or it belongs to the old, or it belongs. This is a game that can be played by everybody. Your grandmother can actually start playing golf. I think Andrew will correct me on this one. I think even at the age of 70, someone can be able to play this kind of sport. I don't think at the age of 70 you can be able to say, I'm going to start playing basketball or playing football. But this is a kind of a game that is actually a more inclusive game, but we just need to change the perception towards that. So you asked me about the difference between then and now. There's a huge difference. This is a better facility. Nko yavuze twatangiye dufite ibibuga 9 tugira tuti ibibuga 18 ubu dufite ibibuga 18 ari ku rwego rwa PGA. So ni ikintu cy'agaciro dushimira abafanya bikorwa bose imbaraga bashizemo kugira ngo tugire ikibuga nk'iki, and then we promote the game of golf just like other sporting disciplines that we have in the country.
Yeah, we spoke about the infrastructure, the facility, but let's talk about the game itself.
Iyo bavuga international standard ni ukuvuga iki? Ikibuga kiba kiri international standards ni ukuvuga ko iki kibuga cyacu cyo mureba ahangaha ukareba ibibuga biri muri Amerika n'ahandi za South Africa mu Europe wose abantu bari professional nk'abari tujya tureba ku mateleviziyo bashobora kuza bagakinira ahangaha. Mbere yaho tukifite icyo kibuga cyacu twarikoreye kitari kuri za standards, hazaga abantu nkatwe bareba amacha ariko batari ku rwego rwa international. Ni ukuvuga yuko nkatwe nk'iyi club neza saba kugira ngo baza hosting tuzagire umukino mpuzamahanga ushobora gukurura abantu ba professionals bo mu Europe, bo muri America, bo mu Asia baza ahangaha bakaba bakinira kuri iki kibuga.
Uvuze icyo kintu nibuka yuko European Tour ngira ngo ni sister wa PGA Tour yazaga ndetse na za Masters Open zazaga Sunshine Tour zibera muri South Africa ndetse European Tour ikabera mu bihugu nka za Morocco, South Africa ndetse ikagarukira no muri Kenya. Ubu none bivuze ngo natwe dufite facility ya kwakira izo tournaments including yewe ushobora kuzagira one time tukabona ba Tiger Woods. Kuko iyi ni facility bashobora kandi bemerewe kuba bashobora kubabaza bagakiniraho. Ubwo rero twamara impungenge abanyarwanda ndetse n'abari hirya hino abanyarwanda bari mu Rwanda, abari muri diaspora, abatuye mu Rwanda batari abanyarwanda ndetse n'inshuti z'u Rwanda ndetse n'inshuti z'umukino wa golf, abantu bakunda golf. So Mr.
Twizeye yuko hariho international ranking body irankinga ibibuga ku isi. Nubwo yuko byose nibirangira neza club house bamaze kwisubiramo facilities zose ziri updated tuzagira bari bakaza bakadushyirira iki kibuga cyacu bakagiha rank mu isi. Noneho tukamenya muri iki kibuga cyacu kiri ku numero zingahe ku isi, kiri ku ihe standard, ariko twizeye ko kizaba kimwe muri ibyo bazakunda kuko natwe tugenda hirya no hino mu bihuga tujya mu competition zo hanze tukareba ibihari nko mu East Africa. Sinzi niba hariho abaturusha ikibuga cyiza kandi baza muri Kenya bagakinirayo kiri rank, bafite ibibuga bibiri rank. So turigura yuko mu minsi mikeya ikibuga cyacu kizagira ranking nziza ku isi.
Ndashimira rero RSSB cyangwa Rwanda Social Security Board RDB ndetse na minisiteri y'imikino ndetse na guverinoma y'u Rwanda, aba members bahangaha ndetse n'abandi ba stakeholders batandukanye bakoraniye hamwe kugira ngo iki kibuga kibe kimeze nkuko kimeze uyu munsi. Twavuze kuri infrastructure Andrew, twavuze kuri facilities, twavuze uburyo ikibuga ubwacu kiri kuri standards za PGA Tour, ariko reka tuvuge no ku mukino ubwawo, tuvuge abakinnyi kuko abakinnyi ni stakeholders bakomeye kuri mukino. Let's talk about players. Andrew, you've been here through and through. You are one of the pioneers. You've been former president of Kigali Golf Club. You've been the president of Rwanda Golf Union. You've been part of this development of this game. There is some young players that has gone through your hands as a former president, as a former golfer yourself, as a mentor to many. How many of them or who have stood out in your eyes according to how you've seen them?
Oh, thank you, Moses. Muri iyi myaka yose tumaze ikibuga dukina golf. Golf yatugiriye akamaro kenshi kuko wari umukino abantu batangiye bazi yuko ari umukino w'abantu b'abakire, ariko nkuko muza kubibona n'abantu barimo gukina bose ntabwo ari uko bameze. Kandi burya mu gihe tujye twibwira kandi tumenye yuko n'abakire nabo babonyeho bakinira ni byiza, kuko abakire babonye nabo umukino bakinamo bakisangamo nayo na advantage kuri bo no ku gihugu. Kandi tuvuga ngo ubukire, buriya ubukire ni ibintu biri relative. Ese umukire ninde? Umukire abafite amafaranga nganate, umukire ameze ate? Cyambere ubukize mu mutima no mu mutwe. So ariko uyu mukino icyo watumariye hano hari abantu bakina bafasha abakinnyi gukina bo bita abakiriya.
I'm a product of that. I've been here for a long time. I was born in
hano hari abana Kenya Nyarutarama no mu bice biherereye turanye na Nyarutarama baje bazi gukina imikino.
Ndumwe muri
ibyo
navugaga yuko
abo bana rero bazi ahubwo barusha n'abandi bose umukino w'ingwa golf. Barakina babahaye iminsi 2 bakiniraho buri munsi bakaza bagakora practice bagakompitinga bazi golf ku buryo twageze n'amahirwe muri bo tugira nka bane babaye professional ubungu baba muri Amerika. Ntago bakinira inaha kuko nta facilities bari bafite ahubwo ubungubu bari muri Amerika. So urebye kuba dufite aba professional bagiye muri Amerika tukagira n'abandi ba professional bandi bari mu Rwanda bakina muri ibi bihugu duturanye. Kandi iyo urebye nko mu bihugu duturanye za Uganda za Kenya Tanzania dukompitinga nabo ari aba professional kandi ari n'abandi basanzwe ugasanga ntacyo baturusha.
Tunibutse n'abanyarwanda yuko dufite national Rwanda golf team representing igihugu mu ma tournament atandukanye hirya no hino muri East Africa ndetse no muri Africa. Dufite aba golfers bita aba scratch players cyangwa se bamwe bakinira kuri handicap 0 benda kuba aba professionals b'abanyarwanda batari muri yo category tuvuga ngo nabakira ahubwo ni product y'imikoranire ndetse n'imiyoborere myiza ya golf yaba Rwanda Golf yaba Kigali Golf Club ndetse na Kigali Golf Resort and Villa infrastructure yose. Emma,
yes, sir.
You are a golfer yourself.
Yes, I am.
Tell me, you played yesterday.
I did play yesterday. I don't think I'm sure I want to talk about my result. I'll wait for the captain to announce my score. All I can say is I played fairly well.
Yeah, but the greens, how were the greens? How, you know, the weather, you know, how was it?
Well, the experience is great. The course itself, like we said, is at the PGA standards. It's a beautiful course. You're there and you feel like playing on this course. And I'm appealing to those out there that they should come through and play this. This is a great facility that is beautiful for all of us as Rwandese. The weather, perfect. It couldn't be better than this. Yesterday and today, we had a number of golfers that participated yesterday. About
180 golfers.
Yes, so about 80 or 70 golfers participated yesterday and played very well, and they all enjoyed the game. And as we speak right now, we have about 70 to 80 golfers.
So you mean totally there was about 180 golfers, 180. But yesterday there were 80?
70 to 80, and probably today we have about
almost 90, the same numbers or slightly above.
As yesterday, enjoying themselves. So we've not had rains. The greens are perfect. The fairways are perfect.
People can see at the background how the weather is.
If you did pick a me today, it's just you can't have an excuse. The course is in excellent shape.
Yeah. So as we are speaking on golfers themselves, we are also speaking on the game. The game has different categories, President. Yes. We have 0 to 18, and we have 19 to 28. Those are different categories. But then within the categories, there's mode of play. Mode of play, which means there's stroke play, there's stroke play,
Stableford,
and then there's Stableford points. People don't know those mode of plays, and they don't know also the type of the game. So dushize nko mu Kinyarwanda turavuga ngo hari ibice bitandukanye by'uburyo bakina no mukino cyane cyane nko mu marushanwa. Hari amakategori atandukanye kuva ku bafite handicap dusobanuye abantu barimo baradukurikirana ni umubare baguha cyangwa se uhabwa na organization ya golf ku bibuga bya golf aho biri hano hino ku isi kugira ngo imeasuringa ubushobozi ushobora kufite kuri uwo mukino cyane cyane nk'iyo utangira ku bagabo babaha handicap 28 ndetse ku badamu bakaba 36 ndetse uko ugenda ukina uko ugenda wimprovinga muri wa mukino niko zigenda zigabanyuka kugeza igihe ugera kuri 0 cyangwa se ukaba wajya no gukina munsi ya 0 ukaba waba professional. So abo bantu tumaze kubasobanurira izo categories. No hari na mode of play wasobanurira abanyarwanda mode of play ni iki ese kugira ngo babisobanukirwe babimenye.
urakoze kangaruke ku kintu cya handicap ikintu cyo bita handicap abantu batangiye golf bashyizeho amategeko agenga umukino noneho batekereza cyane rwose ikintu cyiza cy'uyu mukino wa golf nuko ikintu bashyizeho ni ikintu bita handicap. Handicap ni urwego nk'uko wari umaze kuvuga rw'umuntu afite. Iyo ugitangira gukina baguha utari wawumenya ukagera ku rwego handicap zawe zikaba ziri hejuru, nuvuga ko ubutawumenya bwawe baba bukiri hejuru. So nk'uko wari uvuze bigenda bimanuka kugira ngo uzawumenye ukagera kuri zero. Ni ukuvuga yuko umuntu utangira uje agatangira kumenya uko bawukina n'undi umazemo imyaka bashobora kurushanwa bakurikije icyo bita handicap. Nuvuga ko hari handicap is a fair way of judging a golfer in a competition.
Regardless of age, as long as mufite same handicap cyangwa muri same category mushobora gukina rwose nta kibazo.
Mushobora gukina nta kibazo. Ariko tuvuge ngo ufite handicap 25 undi afite 5 mushobora gucompeting kandi akagutsinda 25
cyane
nubwo baba bamurishije gukina ariko bakurikije yuko uyu muntu arkiza yagitangira nundi amazemo igihe abimenyereye ukurikije uko yakina yagutsinze kuko wowe ukwiye kuba ukina kurusha uko yakina. That's a handicap capping. Ariko dusubiye ku kibazo cyo abajije cya categories kugira ngo nyine abantu barushanwe neza bibe fair play tugenda tugabanyamo za handicap. Nk'abantu bafite 0 kugeza kuri ku 9 abo bakabashyira muri kategori imwe, ku 10 kugeza kuri 18 bakagira indi kategori, 19 kugera kuri 28 bakagira indi kategori yabo, abadamu bakagira kategori yabo, n'abantu bagejeje imyaka 60 kuzamura nabo bakagira kategori yabo.
Yeah, you can also translate it in English for our English viewers.
Okay.
As we are live on RBA studios here in Kigali Golf Club and Kigali Golf Resort and Villas. We also have English audience, especially Rwandans who are not in the country, living in diaspora, and people who are living in Rwanda who are not Rwandans, who speak English. So kindly also translate that in English so that they can also understand what you're talking about.
Yes, I was talking about handicapping. You know, the game of golf is a fair game. There is a lot of fair play in this game. So when you are starting, when you are a beginner, you are given a high handicap. It means your inability to play it very well is categorized from 28 to 0. So as you come to play, as you keep on improving, it also comes, your inability reduces, gaining ability up the time you come to 0. That means we are supposed to play from 0 to, par 3, you're supposed to play there 3 times. It is 3 times. Others can, to enter the hole, can go up to 5 or 10 even. So you keep on improving. But then, for the sake of fair play, we categorize the handicaps for ease of competition and for fair play. So that's when we come to say, okay, those who are having handicap 0 to 9, we can categorize them so that those people, they almost have the same capacity, same know-how, they can compete together. Those of 10 to 18 can also compete together. Those of 19 to 28 can compete. Then you have also the ladies, they come together to compete together. Then we have also the seniors here. The seniors are people who have 60 years and above. For example, me, I'm 71. I belong to the senior category.
You look younger.
Thanks to golf.
Because of this golf. Because of this golf.
Yeah.
So the seniors have their category. They compete because the strength of hitting the ball very far and moving very fast is not the same like those of the young people like you. So that's what we call categorizing. But then, as you asked, when you're competing, the committee decides which method, which mode of play we play. First, because they look at the number of people who are playing, they say, what can make the game fast? Let's get a mode of play for these people who are low handicappers, who can move fast, who cannot go in the bushes left to right. They play what they call stroke play. So every shot they hit is counted. But then for those who are handicapped 18, these are counted as beginners. Those ones, they play a game called Stableford. This means there are certain numbers when you are playing a hole. When you exceed, you don't continue playing. You stop at that one.
Scratch it.
So to make it faster and easier for everybody.
So how do you count? You know, how do you count stroke play? How do you count Stableford? So
This
for people to know.
You know, this is what usually people come and ask. How do you people compete? How do you score? How do you, you know, like football, you can easily count a goal. How many goals have entered the basket? You can put how many. Volleyball, you can count. In this game of golf, every hole, as we play, we said, every, let's say, past 3, you play, you count how many you have played. How many have you hit from point A, we have started, to the hole. So every time you touch the ball with the club, you count. And those ones, you total them, you write them, they usually give you a scorecard. And you record how many you have recorded, how many you have scored. And with the game of golf, everyone is a referee. So you share the cards, and you are playing, for example, we are 4 or 3. These people will confirm whether that's exactly what you played. So end of the day, when you have finished all the 18 holes, you total up all the times you have hit the ball. Say if you have hit it 100 times, you get another one hitting it 90. Definitely the one who has hit it fewer times knows the game better or has played better. So that's the winner.
I think the fact that we're talking about the simple terms of golf, just explaining how they do, what's the counting system of the game, it's an indication that the game itself is not yet popular. And Andrew, I would like us to tap into your experience and tell us what can we do? What are the effective means that we can have in place to popularize this game and penetrate society further?
Oh, thank you very much. This has been our mission, let me say, to have this game, you know, demystified, so that people know that this game, you can go to the club and be taught how to play it. You become a good player, and you enjoy it. And as we have said, not necessarily an exclusive place for some people, but whoever wants to come can play this game. Now, it has been our objective to attract as many people as possible and to make it as easy as possible for people to come and play this game. Now, there are many ways we have done. Previously, we've reached out to schools, universities. When you see there are some members here whom we got from the National University of Rwanda. We go there, we talk to them. When they come here, we facilitate them so that they don't have to pay much money. We just make it easy for them to come and play. They will have given schools around chance. We give them some days to come on some days. Then members come and teach the young children how to play this game. We also encourage members who have got children to bring them here. We teach the young ones this game of golf. And that's for the young people. And we know for any game to prosper, to progress, to be popular, you start with the young people. And that is the main objective, really. To start with the young people, the school children, the students, then eventually we come to the workers, the middle class. They say to all classes of workers and people, employees of different organizations. We encourage companies to sponsor the members to come here so that they also play this game. We have profited a lot. We have got a lot of members who have profited who work for these companies, MTN, Rwanda, so many, who are sponsored by their companies.
Speaking about companies, we are on 4th edition of CIME Golf, which is CIME Golf 2021 cyangwa se tuvuze ku makampani ajya atera inkunga n'umukino wa golf. Iyi ni edition ya 4 ya CIME Golf, ubwo ni CIMERWA, uruganda rwa CIMERWA rufatije n'u Rwanda rwa PPC. Muri programme yabo bihaye nk'uruganda yitwa Strengthening Rwanda. Strengthening Rwanda uvuga ngo gukomeza inkingi z'igihugu cyangwa se ibice byose by'igihugu, uhereye mu mikino, muri lifestyle ndetse no mu bindi bice byose by'igihugu. CIME Golf ni competition igarutse ku nshuro yayo ya 4. Wayikinnyemo izo nshuro hafi ya zose. Ese experience yawe yabaye ni iyihe muri ino competition? Niki CIMERWA yongeye kuri no mukino, yaba muri partnership, yaba exposure, ndetse yaba uburyo ifatanya na union mu kudeveloping no mukino, kuko iyo uvuze CIMERWA nta hantu na hamwe udashobora kubona isima, yaba muri kino kibuga abantu barimo baradukurikirana kuri televiziyo, uretse kubona za greens bakabona ibice birimo ibyatsi, ariko hari n'ahantu hagiye hari amapaves zikorwa na sima ndetse n'ibindi. Ese izi nganda ndetse n'aya companies ni buryo ki yagiye akora kugira ngo abashe kuba yafatanya n'uno mukino kugira ngo ube watera imbere?
Urakoze cyane. CIMERWA strengthening Rwanda, ushobora gustrengtheninga nk'izi nkingi bigakomera, ariko strengthening udakomeje abantu kabashyiramo imbaraga, nabwo ngira ngo ntabwo waba ukoze cyane. So icyo dushimira nka company ya CIMERWA n'izindi zidufasha kuza gukora sponsorship nk'ingiyi, bituma umukino abakinnyi first of all bagira morale, bakongerwamo imbaraga, bakawitabira, bigutuma nkuko ureba nk'izi ukuntu ahantu hatatse, ukuntu hasa neza, bituma n'abantu banyuraho bibaza niki cyabaye hano. Iyo nayo ni uburyo bumwe bwo gutuma abantu bakunda uyu no mukino, kugira ngo abantu bazaze kugira. Rero dushimira nk'abantu nk'aba CIMERWA, izindi companies zihora zitera inkunga, bituma encouraging companies, abantu, abakinnyi n'abandi batari abakinnyi kugira ngo bakine uno mukino. The same time, corporate responsibility zabo zo kugira ngo abantu nk'aba bakinnyi, iyo urebye nk'aba bakinnyi bose bari aha benshi bakoresha sima ya Rwanda, kandi ni sima nyine nyarwanda twese twishimira, dukunda, dukoresha. So iyo bagize bakatuvunguriraho ku byo tuba twarakoresheje byabo, bakadusponsoringa nk'uyu mukino, ni ibintu twishimira cyane. Sponsorship ituma n'ibibuga biba maintained properly, abantu ibibuga bikaba byiza kurushaho, abantu bagakina, bakidagadura, bigatuma mbese ambiance, ibintu biba neza, bisa neza mu gihugu, abantu atari bakatuvanaho ubwingunge.
Murakoze cyane. Emma, what is your take on corporate responsibility in partnership of the union and the management that manages this golf facility in a way of strengthening this the country, the lifestyle, sports in itself? As you know, in Rwanda, one of the pillars of this country is sports, because they say a healthy life equals to healthy living. Yourself, what is your take on this partnership between corporate and the management of the golf course?
First of all, kudos to CIMERWA for having thrown its weight behind this tournament. I think, in my opinion, they have set the pace. And the only thing I can say is appealing to other corporate companies to emulate them or even do better. Like the former president mentioned, this game of sports, this game of golf cannot develop without collaboration with the private sector and other stakeholders. I think we are blessed to see that the government of Rwanda has really made substantial efforts in terms of promoting the game of golf and giving it a facility like this. So we do appeal to more players to come on board and support this game. Like you said, their contribution is not just to the people playing the golf in Rwanda, but it is promotion of tourism in itself. So I think their role is very substantial and very necessary.
Yeah, we'll speak about sports tourism later on the day, and we will also speak about the scores and also the current status of the game. As you can follow us on live on TV, people are playing on the golf course. There are people who played yesterday. We'll bring the scores of how it happened, and we also bring you the current scores of the golfers who are playing now on the golf course, and others who will join in later. We'll bring the Q&A from different golfers who will be finishing on hole 18 to tell us the challenges they faced during the game they play, and also to tell us about their experiences also, because some of them have played on the former course and they are also playing on this upgraded one. They will give us different updates on how they feel, how the differences are in terms of facility, the game itself. Mr. Andrew, you're a golfer yourself. Which handicap do you play off?
I play handicap 9. I play handicap 9. I've been in my lowest handicap has been 5. I played 5 when I was still young.
When was that?
In my 40s. I played 5. At one time, I was on the national team. I represented Rwanda in Swaziland when there was All Africa Golf. Been in many countries playing this game. I have had, I've won a lot of golf trophies and awards. I have over 100 of them.
I can witness that.
In my 38 years I played this game, I visited so many countries. I played in a number of countries. I've been in charge of the Rwanda national team. We've been to a number of countries where I've competed. I've competed at the East African level. At the East African level, we have got what we call the East African Challenge Golf Tournament, which rotates among the 5 East African countries. That is Rwanda, Burundi, Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, and Ethiopia. So we have been to all these countries competing, and they have had very good successes, because at one time we were number 2. We came out number 2, which was a very big achievement, comparing that our golf is about 30 or so years in the country. Yet a country like Kenya, Uganda, they have celebrated over 120 years of golf in their countries. They have a lot of golf courses there. The number of golfers there is very big. Yet ours is low, and we have one club, but we go there and compete. We're really competing very favorably with these people.
Yego, as you are speaking, we need to remind our followers that we are live here in the Kigali Golf Resort and Villa, home of Kigali Golf Club. We are on a 4th edition of CIMERWA Golf 2021, an edition that has brought together more than 180 golfers. Amongst them, 8 of them played yesterday, and others are competing today. As you can see, we are seeing golfers moving around the golf course, hitting golf balls. There's a mantra on the golf that say, drive, chip, and putt. Andrew and Emma, among the 3, drive, chip, and putt, what is your favorite putt?
All departments.
All the departments?
Yes, because if you go wrong in one department, you will not get the results you need. So you have to make sure that you're good at your tee off, you're good on the second shot, you're good at chipping, you're good at putting. That's how it is.
So which handicap do you play off?
I'm playing 18, handicap 18, which Andrew played like 20 years ago.
When have you started playing?
I've been playing. I played golf in the last. It's now about 17 months. So I think
Wow.
it's not a small achievement to improve from handicap 28 to 18 in a space of 16 months.
So you mean less than a year and a half? You've come from 28 to handicap 18?
Yes, and
What?
I
that's
promised
a great
the
achievement.
former president that in the next 6 months I should be handicapped 12.
How long did Mr. Andrew? How long did it take you from 28 to handicap 18?
It took me like 2 years. It took me like 2 years to reach that one. And I think now we used to start on handicap 24. And you had to earn it to be handicap 24 and be tested so that they give you that handicap 24. But it took me some time. But of course, the facilities we had at that time, it was not easy to cut handicaps like that one. But when you're on a facility like this one, and you put a lot of interest, it is easy to go down very fast and drop a handicap. So it is it's not that there is a formula way, there is a general way of coming, saying how many months I will be this.
Yes.
But it is how much interest you put in, how much effort you put in.
Because I've been told that when you love the game of golf, he loves you back. If you don't love, he doesn't love you back.
Anything,
So that's
when
it.
you put effort in anything you
anything.
do,
Correct.
you love what you do, you become successful. So when you play this game of golf, and with a lot of interest you put in, with the effort and all that, your standard, they improve a lot.
President, thank you so much for being with us. We are going to comment live on the game as it happens, as the event unfolds. Tugiye kuvuga umukino uko urimo uragenda live kuri televiziyo Rwanda, tubwira abanyarwanda uko umukino urimo uragenda, ese scores cyangwa scoreline cyangwa se amanota ageze hehe, abarimo barakina bari mu kibuga, tubahe update y'ukuntu abakiniye ku munsi w'ejo, amanota uko ayo bagize, abatsinze ni bande, abari imbere y'abandi ni bande, tubasobanurire muri detaye, ese ubu ngubu ndinde urimo uyoboye bagenzi be, ese mu makategoriza atandukanye yaba kuva kuri handicap 0 kugera kuri handicap 18 ndetse kuva kuri handicap 19 kugera kuri handicap 28. Abadamu barimo barakina, abagabo nabo barimo barakina, abantu baturutse mu bice byose by'isi, kuko ntabwo navuga ko ari mu Rwanda gusa, na abantu baturutse mu bice byose by'isi. Because of CIMERWA rero turi hano kuri Kigali Golf Club.
Hari n'indi kategori yakinnye ku wa mbere y'abakedi bagize competition yabo, nabo ngira ngo wabamuvuga.
Turabivuga byose muri details. President, thank you so very much for being with us, and nkuko dukomeje, Emma, as a golfer, you have been in this game. We saw people playing, as you told us that you played yesterday yourself.
Yes.
Although you did not want to mention the scores, nubwo tugize tubwira scores wakinnye, ariko hari abandi bakinnye, mwari muri kumwe, hari scores bagize, captain ari buze kutubwira muri details, ariko se hari highlights. Do you have any highlights of some of the standout players from yesterday's game?
I think currently right now I can talk about the category, the men's category from handicap 0 to handicap 9. Jack Ayonga is still leading the standing, and Charles Intare is also in the number 2 position as we speak right now, and Bob Gatera is number 3 right now. But this is a provisional result because we still have other players playing right now, so all this can change. So we're just waiting for everyone to finish, then we have the final results.
Nkuko Emma abisobanuye, abo babashije gutsinda ku munsi w'ejo ntago ari bo overall winners, kubera yuko hari abandi barimo barakina uyu munsi, hari abashobora gukina neza kubarusha uyu munsi, bigatuma leaderboard ihinduka cyangwa se uko abantu bakurikiranye bishobora guhinduka.
So in another category, Moses.
Yes.
For men again, from handicap 19 to handicap 28, who played Stableford play, we have Stephen Musaya leading right now with 40 points. Parker Surana leading in the second position with 39 points, but is tying with Savala. Lushil Savala is also tying in the second position with Parker Surana with 39 points. Like I said, these are provisional results. It's not yet final.
Okay, thank you so much for updating us on the results. Very shortly, we will welcome the captain of Kigali Golf Club, and we also welcome different guests on the platform here. As we comment on the game as the events unfold. People who are following us live on Rwanda television are seeing golfers on the golf course. As you can see, it's a mixture of different people who are playing the game. They are not only males only, there are also women playing. And as an update also, we had other categories that played before the main golfers played. We are talking about golf caddies. Caddies, if I put it in an explanation, they are the people who help golfers to carry their golf bags, and the golf committee here has made sure that also among the caddies they can also compete within themselves, so that they can also be part and parcel of this beautiful game that we are enjoying here today. And caddies played. We will shortly give you the updates of the winners, and also the national team played. Also, we'll also give you the update on the scores in the next few minutes. Shortly, we'll bring the captain on the platform to come and speak in details about the game, the technicality side of the game, because we spoke about the broader side of the game. We need now to talk people now who speak what we call golf language.
True.
Yeah. So when the captain joins us shortly, he will tell us the details. He will touch different parts of this game, how the game is played. He will tell us the technicalities. He will tell us what they are planning or what they are working on together to bring in new members to join the 340 who are currently registered. By the way, I'm also one who's going to join shortly.
Okay.
And
you're most welcome.
he's also going to tell us what they are doing to make sure other members join, and also how they came up to have CIMERWA on board, and what are they doing to make sure that other stakeholders join first, because CIMERWA alone cannot make this game to the broader range that we want it to go.
Right.
And also he was going to tell us also the plan and parcel of the committee itself, what are the tournaments they are planning to organize, and all other details. Nkuko nabasobanuraga rero tugiye kwakira captain wa Kigali Golf Club, Mr. Andrew Kulaige, agiye dusobanura muri detaye uburyo uyu mukino ukinwa mu buryo buri technique, noneho kuko mukanya tugiye kuvuga umukino uko uri muraba, tubabwira abarimo barakina score zabo uko bafite, ndetse n'uburyo umukino urimo uragenda, anatubwire n'amarizatsi y'abakinnye ejo, abatsinze ni bande, current results zimeze gute, kugira ngo noneho twinjire mu gusobanura no mukino tuvuga live commentary uko urimo uragenda, tumaze kubabwira background y'ukuntu ibintu byose bimeze, ndetse n'ama current status, number current scores. Mr. Andrew, welcome to the plateau.
Thank you very much, Moses, and good morning, Moses and Emma.
Kariboni.
Asante.
So, Andrew, take us through about the tournament, the technicality part of the tournament, and also after that, you'll also tell us about the scores, and also please touch the part of how did you come up to have CIMERWA on board.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think I want to first appreciate the organizers on all sides, the sponsors. I want to thank CIMERWA team for having stood with us for very many days, for so many years. Since 2017, they have been our support in terms of sponsoring these tournaments. Every golfer enjoys participating in a game that is supported by such a strong corporate company. And of course, as you know, since 2020, we were not able to continue with the tournaments because of the COVID-19. COVID-19 since 2020 March. But fortunately now, after the opening and ensuring that we're observing all the COVID-19 SOPs, we've been able to resume, and I think this is one of the first tournaments of this kind to have taken place here. We had almost 160 participants. 180 participants. Yesterday we saw almost 80 golfers participating, where me and Emma Sekanewa took part.
Played very well.
We'll reveal the details of our scores. We'll reveal the details of our scores later today evening. But we saw a spirited fight from
seasoned golfers and new golfers. This tournament is organized in a way where we're having 5 clusters. The first cluster is 0 to 9, handicap 0 to 9, where we call them the elite group. And then the second group is 10 to 18, handicap. And then we have 19 to 20. And then we have the ladies in their own category. And then we have the seniors. The seniors, those are the golfers who are above 60 years. So basically,
Also what the caddies.
You have
yes,
caddies and you also have national team.
yeah, I was just started with the golfers. Definitely, every golf club has a support team in form of the caddies who facilitate the golfers every time they're playing. We had the tournament for the caddies on Tuesday, and then we had the pros and also the staff of Kigali Villas. So, to be honest with you, from Tuesday when the first group played, the caddies burnt the course. The caddies not burning the course. The caddies played very well, and I think we had almost 10 to 15 caddies who played under.
I've had some scores. I would not reveal it. You reveal it yourself. But I had the highlights of the scores, and I was blown away. Caddies can really hit this golf ball. Captain, before you tell us the scores, the game itself, as you see our friend here in front of us, who is playing, there's bunkers. There's somewhere around the golf course we see water ponds. There's somewhere we see trenches. There's somewhere we see areas where there are sand. There is a circle space, a circle area that is green, but the green is the glass is not as the other part of the golf course.
It's rough.
It's rough. The others is much more cut. It's very neat. So can you tell us the differences part of this game, especially for people who have not played this game yet, people who want to be part and parcel of this game, but they don't understand the technicality of how to play this game?
Every course in the world is designed with different challenges, what you may call obstacles. And obstacles come in different packages, different nature. You have water as an obstacle. You have sand, what we call bunker, where you'll have you go in the bunker. You're not supposed to be in the bunker, but once you go there, you have to find best ways of getting out. Then you have the rough, where you're not supposed to be, but by accident, if you end up there, then you have to get a little bit of a struggle to get out. And then you have roughs of different nature. So every course is designed to have obstacles that give challenges to different golfers. And you'll find courses that have so many trees, like in a straight line, and then if you're hitting higher balls, it becomes very difficult for you to maneuver around those trees. So like what we have here, you have water, you have enough ponds, you have enough rough, and enough bunkers to give a challenge to the golfers and maneuver around.
Thank you, Captain. Emma, would you like to add something?
My question the question I want to bring into this discussion that the captain is here is it still comes around the visibility of the game itself. I would like to hear from the captain. What are the strategies we have in place to make sure that this game gets popular and we have more members in this game? Because if you're talking about 340 members we have so far, well, it is impressive for the club, but for when you take it to the country level, it is drop in the ocean. So what do we do to have more numbers?
Yeah, thank you, Emma. I think first of all we need to appreciate the senior citizens are thought through of upgrading this course. You are well aware that before 2020, before 2019, this course was 9-hole on this side. We had 18 holes, but the other 9 was not yet operational. And we want to thank the investors that came in to support this game, this beautiful game of golf. RSSB, the support of RDB and the Ministry of Sports and Culture, coming in to support this game so that it becomes the flagship golf course in Rwanda. You must realize that before we started the renovation, we were 120 active golfers at Kigali Golf Club then. But even before any efforts in marketing are put in place, you've seen the number growing to 340. And of course, RSSB through the company RIGC with the support of UGolf. UGolf is a professional company that is charged with the management of these facilities, and to work very closely together to ensure that we improve the experience of golfers and the sponsors, other stakeholders of the game. What we need to do, one, it's to demystify the misconception about golf. Because you'll agree with me, before you started playing golf, you must have been told that golf is a very expensive game. Golf is a game of the halves. And from the time, you probably will say it by yourself, but I'll give you my own experience. From the time I started playing this golf, we have seen all the young boys and girls around the community of Kigali Golf Club that have taken up this game.
Myself included.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Moses here is one of the serious golfers.
Yeah, his story is quite interesting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when you look around the caddies we have, these caddies are not coming from more than 5 kilometers radius. These are all communities around this golf club. So when you have a facility like this, with professionals like you golf that coming into support, and then you have an international exposure, and all these the golf courses they manage.
Yes.
It gives us a packaging that we have always looked for. You've started seeing players coming from Nigeria booking. We have bookings now from Nigeria, from Zimbabwe, from Kenya, from Tanzania.
Yeah.
Even Entebbe Golf Club was requesting to come and have an inter-club challenge here. So we have gotten that exposure internationally, which we think we can build on. One, to encourage Rwandans to play, even those who don't want to play, to understand the game. To understand the game so that when time comes and you have an international, which is not very far from now, you have an international golfers coming through for game, you have people who appreciate the game and can follow through the proceedings.
Thank you, Captain. Now we can go to the next step of telling us the winners of yesterday, the scores, winners of yesterday, the scores, the current scores. Mind you, we need to tell people to know that scores will change definitely, because many more scores will be coming in.
They are not yet winners. They are leading players.
They are leading players. Yeah. Thank you for correction. Yeah.
The leaderboard.
He is on the leaderboard.
Yeah, Captain, kindly tell us what are the scores as we stand.
Thank you very much, Moses. Yesterday was a very interesting day. And I can tell you the most interesting part of this game. When you're teeing off, everyone has the belief and the confidence is going to emerge the winner. Including myself, including Emma.
Yeah, true.
I'm not sure whether we still hold the same opinion.
It has changed, definitely.
But I can tell you for a fact is that yesterday was a very interesting game. And we saw the first group 0 to 9 senior golfer Jack Kayonga finishing off with 73 net. That is 1 over his handicap. And because of the technology we have these days, you can follow as you're playing, you see how people are progressing.
Yes.
Jack was 1 under on hole number 16 yesterday. But unfortunately, as he approached 18, he got a double bogey that ended up with 73 net. So far, he's still leading, but we still have other people who are playing today. And then closely after him, we had Charles Intare, 75 net. This gentleman, Dr. Charles Intare, is one of also senior golfers. He has played golf for the last probably 20 years. And in this competition, we have the longest drive and we have the nearest to the pin.
Yes.
The longest drive was on hole number 15, the hole right behind our backs. And the first one to note his name was golfer Eugene Mrenjeka, who drove almost 290 meters.
Wow.
And incidentally, I came after Mrenjeka. I drove 298 meters. And then a gentleman, Charles Ntari, came and pumped the ball. He drove it more than 315 meters.
Jesus.
So as we stand now, he's holding font for the longest drive. We have other long hitters. Our golf president, Mr. Bisabal Sales, the man to watch, is on the course and probably is approaching hole number 11.
So Mr. Chari should watch out, eh?
Ntare should, I'm very sure wherever he is following this keenly. There's Sandy Kawareve, who's also one of the longest hitters.
Yes.
There's Janti Kangaho, who is one of the longest hitters. Those are guys who are playing today. And I think
Ambassador Bill, you played yesterday.
Ambassador Bill, I played with him. I played with him yesterday. He was very close.
Okay. Who will actually join us shortly?
Yes.
Sure, Ambassador Bill.
Ambassador Bill is our current Rwanda Golf Union president.
Yes.
So when you look at the performance of yesterday, that's 0 to 9 handicap. We have Jack Kayonga at 73 net, Charles Ntare at 75, and Bob Gatera, who's the new single. A new single single handicap from 6 handicap to 9. But he's one of the guys who joined that group, that elite group, not so long ago. He struggled a bit in the first holes. By the time he picked up, I think on hole number 7, number 8, and 9 is where he got a double bogey, and then by the time he picked up another.
Before you leave that group, I think another notable player to talk about is Sandy Kabalebe, was just joined the elite group.
Tugira ngo tubwira abanyarwanda barimo barakurikira televiziyo Rwanda, iyi ni scoreboard cyangwa se uko amanota ahagaze cyangwa se uko scores zihagaze kugeza ubu ngubu barimo barakina ndetse n'abakinnye ku munsi w'ejo. Izi ni scores kugira ngo mwumve neza ibyo Captain Andrew arimo aravugaho none ahangaha. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to tell you that this is the leaderboard as you see it on your screens, as you follow us live on RwandaTV. As Captain Billy, as Captain Andrew Kulaige is telling us about the scores. These are the scores on your screens. Andrew, kindly continue to tell us about the scores. We wanted to tell people about what they are seeing on the screens.
Yeah, thank you very much. As I mentioned to you, Bob Gatera, the new elite in the group of 0 to 9. Yes. He struggled a little bit on hole number 8 and number 7, number 8, and number 9, where he got 6 strokes in a row, double bogey, and a bogey. And then thereafter he recovered. He got 4 pars in a row, but it was a little bit too late to catch up with Charles and Jack.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, Emma, Sunday Kabarebe is one of
players to watch.
One of the players to watch in this tournament. I think now he's on hole number 7, and the last time I checked, he was one over. And then you have Janti on hole number 5. He was square. He was all level. So, but of course, golf is played on 18 holes. The beautiful thing about this game is that as you progress,
as we speak now, the 3 players that are challenging the leaders of yesterday, we have Marcel in the second position. But in this second position, there's another Paul Naganda.
Oh, that's another
player that you need to talk about.
In that group.
Yes, and then you have Janti Kangaho, like you mentioned, and Charles Ntale currently tying on position number 4.
Yeah, fantastic. So on the group of 10 to 18, we have the new golfer on this course is a new member, Mr. Jin Hugh Wang. Jin Wang played 70 net, and then you have Eugene Mrenjeka, and then in the third place by yesterday we had Oscar Karechezi. And after today, in the next few hours we'll have an update. But also in that group there's another interesting group of players that are on the course today. that we may need to look forward to. Then in the ladies, we had Lady Cecilia and Aris Rujema, who are leading the park as of yesterday. And probably you can check on the update. But those are the two ladies. Those are the two ladies that are leading the pack. We'll keep on giving an update.
Nk'uko rero captain wa Kigali Golf Club Andrew Kulagie yari arimo arasobanura, arimo aravuga scorecard cyangwa se arimo aravuga uko bihagaze ubu ngubu, yaba abantu bayoboye abandi mu makategoriz atandukanye kuva kuri 0 to 9 ndetse kuva kuri 9 to 18 ndetse na 19 to 28, yaba mu bagabo, mu badamu ndetse no mu seniors. Arimo aravuga aba leading scorers cyangwa se ndetse n'abakinnyi umuntu akwiye kwitega, yaba barimo barakina ubu ngubu bashobora kuba bajya imbere y'abari bayoboye abandi. Yavuzemo Mr. Jaka Kayonga wakinnye 73 net ejo hashize, avuga Charles Ntare wakinnye neti 75, avuga Bob Gatera wakinnye neti 79, asobanura amascores y'abantu bagiye batandukanye. Avuga muri kategori ya aba Adamu, ndetse agenda avuga no kuri longest drivers, avuga ndetse no kuri avuga yuko Charles Ntare yateye driver ndende, bivuze ngo uko utera driver uhagaze kuri T-box, kuri longest driver agatera umupira uruta abandi, avuga ko yateye muri metero zigeze muri 300 hafi na 15, bivuze ngo abari bamukurikiye bari muri 290 270, ariko we abajya imbere. Avuga abandi bari mu kibuga bashobora guca kuri Charles Ntare kuri longest drive, yaba president wa Kigali Golf Club Mr. Busa Marcel ushobora kuba yaca kuri Charles Ntare kuri longest drive. Ndetse avuga abadamu bakinnye neza ejo hashize, avuga kuri Alice ndetse Lady Cecile, abadamu bakinnye neza ku munsi w'ejo, ariko nanone hari abandi bari mu kibuga bashobora kubacaho uyu munsi. Nuvuga ngo scorecard yose turaza kuza kuyibaha nyuma, abakinnyi bose bavuye mu kibuga, ariko ubu turimo turagenda tubaha ama update. Emma, according to the scores, where do you see yourself?
I think for me, I'm out of the race already. But I'm looking forward to the next edition.
Captain, where do you see yourself?
No, other factors constant, I should be. Other factors held constant, I should be one of the serious contenders. But the way the weather is today, I think it will be a struggle for me to make it to the podium. But we keep hopeful. We keep hopeful.
To be honest with you, I played the way I played yesterday deliberately because I knew I was going to be here giving commentary, and I didn't want to be part of the subject matter. There will be conflict of interest, so I intentionally played the way I played.
Captain, as the captain. As the captain of Kigali Golf Club, now you have CIMERWA on board. We are here because of CIMERWA. What are you doing as the association to bring other stakeholders? We are talking about different ministries. We are talking about different government institutions, because they have a lot of people who are working there and who needs to do sports and golf. We need also to tell people this is not only the golf course. This is a multi-discipline facility. We have squash, we have swimming pool, we have a tennis court. So people needs. We have private sector that can be part and parcel for this for the development of this beautiful game. What are you doing to bring them on board, so that we can have more than 340? Because my wish would be target to be at least 1,200 members.
Correct. Yeah. Thank you very much, Moses. One, private sector is. We have had so many private individuals here. We have to start with the chairman of Private Sector Federation is one of our senior golfers. He played yesterday. I haven't checked how he played, but I can guarantee he's one of the serious senior golfers here. And he has. We have discussed in detail. There are quite a number of members of PSF he has introduced us to. Some of them have already enrolled. We have almost 80 golfers that are undergoing training. including government officials, including some of the some of the SMEs, members in private sector, that we have seen this game has attracted, that probably at the beginning we never thought it was going to be this possible. But of course, this is attributed to this kind of beautiful facility that was put in place. In terms of other corporate companies, we already, before the renovation, we had different partners that were supporting us in all tournaments. CIMERWA is one of the main ones, definitely. You have MTN that we partnered with the last 2 years. We have Brairoa. Brairoa is one of the long-lasting partners we have had in terms of supporting this game. I think before we closed the course, we had a partnership with them on club nights. That was for the whole year. So we have quite a number of corporate companies, and I guarantee you that as we progress, we'll definitely attract more. This is one of the beautiful games that you can never think of playing. And as we grow old, I must say, this is one of the beautiful games that you can not only play I'm hesitating to say as an old man, but as you grow old, when you can't play contact games. For example, now, Moses, I'm not sure whether we can play football, me and you.
I don't think so.
Exactly. So as we grow old and probably change in our physique, this is one of the game. That is one of the game that you can take on comfortably and then have a healthy life. So we reach out to all sectors and all age groups, including children.
Talking about that, in Rwanda there is a culture that every Friday afternoon, public institutions don't go back to work. They would want their employees to practice sports. Do you have some public institutions who are on board to bring their employees to come to join through membership, through corporate memberships, so that we can have more people? Because the more people we have who are working in different sectors, the more the game will be known to different people, the more the people will understand. Because if I'm a parent and I come to play the game and I like it, I'm likely to bring my child to come and play the game as well. So do you have some public institutions who are on board to join force?
Yes, not as a public institution themselves, but you have, for example, RRA, we have quite a number of staff that have joined. Some are on the range. We have Benel, some of the staff that have joined. We have immigration. Some of the staff have shown interest in joining. We have, I think, 2 people who have already joined. So as we have, the more you have people joining from different institutions, the more you have a pool of ambassadors. Once people start joining game and appreciating it, that's where the ripple effect of the new members, and when they go back and talk about golf, I'm very sure even those who are playing today for the first time the tournament, they won't miss the second tournament. So we count on the ripple effect of new members, but also the reach out of our professional managers in new golf, connecting us to different institutions they work with in other courses.
And I would like you to talk about the development of the game itself, not so that we don't just focus on it being a leisure activity. As a union, as a golf fraternity, what are we doing to make sure that the youth are involved to the extent that we should be having pros representing this country, just like we have pros in different sports disciplines representing the country? And we all know that the game of golf, it can actually pay off handsomely.
Yeah, thank you very much, Emma. We have a program for new beginners, all ages, on this Kigali, on this Kigali Golf Club. We have a professional coach that leads other coaches that are locally. Yeah, other coaches that we have locally that have been able to attract the other communities. When you talk about schools, we have programs with schools where on a Monday Monday afternoon, we have selected schools that come in with the kids. Now, as we grow, because the whole point is to make sure that once me and you are out of the picture, there's a continuation of the game of golf that starts from the young age. And that's what the efforts those are the efforts that we are trying to push through school program and the neighborhood outreach.
So in terms of infrastructure of golf, it's quite expensive. But what are we doing to see that we can extend these facilities to the countryside?
Yeah, I think government institutions like RDB and RSSB have had detailed discussions on new investments in attracting this game and increasing the facilities, the number of facilities where different when you come for a tour, people come from all different countries. They would want to experience different challenges on different courses. So there's that. I have not. I think there should be one in Musanze. Then there's another private investor in Karongi. Then there's one supposed to be in around Epic Hotel. But these are discussions that I don't know the current status, but there were discussions to that effect.
Thank you so much, Andrew, captain of Kigali Golf Club. Viewers who are watching us live and following us live, as you know, golf is not only the game. Golf is a game, but it also holds the business side of it. The country position itself on having sports as sports tourism. The Rwanda Development Board, in partnership with the government of Rwanda and other different stakeholders, are putting together a sports tourism agenda. And golf being part of it, Emma, golf being part of it, our next guest on a panel is going to tell us in details how this game becomes or being part of the golf tourism agenda. What is your take on that?
Yeah, you know, when you look at the landscape of tourism in Rwanda, we need to be very creative about it in terms of creating products, tourism products, and diversify what we have. And the sports segment itself, it's one of those products that we can actually create here, and then we attract numbers. Because at the end of the day, in Rwanda, if we want sports tourism to make sense and also contribute to the traditional tourism we already have, we need to develop the sports segment and attract numbers coming to the country. The more people you have coming in the country, you're making money. And it's an economic contribution.
Yeah, thank you so very much. We are going to have our next guest on the panel, Ambassador Bill Kayonga, the chairman of Rwanda Golf Union, a seasoned golfer, one of the long-time golfers, a mentor of myself, having been your caddy for a very long time.
A long hitter.
A long hitter. A gentleman who inspires youth, and a man who served this country in different capacities. But most importantly, we are going to talk about how can golf help broaden Rwandan appeal. This picks up from the issue of PGA, the course on the PGA's standards, this being one of the few golf courses in Africa that is on the standard of PGA. How does it appeal, and how does it broaden the Rwandan appeal?
Thank you very much. First and foremost, to thank you as RBA for giving us this airtime to get 3 hours of RBA's airtime to showcase the game of golf to all your viewers, all your listeners. As golfers, we really appreciate that very much.
You're most welcome.
And that shows that the game of golf is reaching to a wider population within Rwanda and elsewhere. We'd also like to thank, of course, the government of Rwanda that has invested heavily in ensuring that we have such a fantastic facility. The beautiful golf course that we have here matches any that you can find anywhere in the world, and that is really within the vision of the of our government and of our country of going for the best, doing things big, and positioning ourselves where the best are in the world. So the question that you asked concerning whether we are a PGA ranked golf course, that is the aim, and there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to achieve it, because the facility has been prepared well. The course is long. The clubhouse is being redesigned to have a 5-star clubhouse. So in a very short period of time, we anticipate that we should be able to attract regional competitions. Within the neighborhood, the Sunshine Tour, which is based out of South Africa, started in Kenya. But today, the competition that they hold, I think around March or Feb, is now European Tour ranked. And they play on golf courses like Current Country Club, Muthaiga Country Club. And these are courses that are at par with what we have here. So we anticipate that very soon we should be able to attract international competitions here as well.
Speaking of that, we've already, I want to use basketball and cycling in this country as a point of reference in terms of showcasing the potential of creating a global platform, putting Rwanda on a global platform. Like recently we saw it in basketball with BAL. We saw it with cycling as a UCI level. Do we have a roadmap from the golf perspective taking the same direction of bringing international events in Rwanda?
Yeah, definitely. First and foremost, as you know, it is the design of the golf course, and the ambition from the beginning was that it should be a PGA Tour or Royal and Ancient ranked golf course. So first and foremost, it's to attract the would-be sponsors of tournaments to recognize that Rwanda can be able to host such a tournament.
Okay.
So there are critical things that are required. First and foremost, the golf course. The second is the clubhouse. The third is the ability to organize. And I think all these are in play. We, as a country, have organized big competitions, not only in golf, but also in other sports. So that gives us already the credibility that we can be able to do that. The golf course is in place. The clubhouse is being renovated to meet that standard. So the other things that are required is membership with Royal and Ancient, which we are. It will take some time, but it requires us to start with regional competitions, and then we'll be able to reach the international competitions.
And how do you strike a balance between the infrastructure development and the human development? So we have a facility like this, but then we should have the youth playing real golf, competing in the region and international level.
Very, very important. Part of the agenda that we have as a union is youth development. We've started that with schools. Some schools before COVID, we had already started some training camps with Green Hills Academy and some other schools where kids would come and play. There's the caddies that we encourage and support. They play within Rwanda, but they also play within the region. And we anticipate that this will go in line with the development of the game of golf, as we encourage parents to play, but also bring their children to play, because the legacy of golf should go beyond the current generation to the next generation. We are almost maybe about 200 members, but we're still we still have a long way to go. At least we should be able to get to 1,000 members to be able to say that we can have a sustainable game of golf in Rwanda.
It goes without saying that the game of golf, just like any other sports disciplines, they cannot develop without resources. How are we working with the private sector to make sure that we have a package for them, so when they come in, they're not saying we're just splashing the money, but it's actually win-win? Because at the end of the day, they want to see profits on their books of accounts. How would we package and appeal to them and make sure that this is actually relevant in terms of promoting their brand equity?
Very good question. First and foremost, the game of golf has a wide reach, and not only the members alone, but the extended family of golf. For example, today, CIMERWA is one of the consistent sponsors of the game of golf, and others. And I'm sure they do this because it provides them the visibility, it provides them the reach, and it is incumbent upon us as a union to be able to reach out to the private sector, to encourage them to be corporate members of the club, but at the same time to be able to engage within the wider activities within the game of golf. Sponsoring competitions alone is not enough, but you can see, for example, I like the novel idea of CIMERWA, where they brought in a charity that they are sponsoring as part of the game of golf, which is really good. To understand that whereas they are a private sector company selling a product, supporting the game of golf, but they can go beyond that and support a foundation that helps the Rwandan community.
Ambassador, thank you so much. Would you please summarize it in Kinyarwanda for our Rwandan viewers to also be able to understand what we're discussing?
Murakoze cyane. Umukino wa golf ukinwa n'abantu ku isi bagera kuri hafi miliyoni 60, ikaba ifite ubukungu ku mwaka bugera hafi kuri miliyari 15. Rero leta yacu kuba yarateje imbere uyu mukino ikadufasha kubaka ikibuga cyiza nk'iki, nanone ni muri ya gahunda yo kugira ngo u Rwanda rukomeze kuba ku isonga mu byo ikora byose, nanone no mu mukino wa golf, ku buryo dushobora kuba mu gihe kiri imbere cya hafi dushobora kuzana amarushanwa mpuzamahanga hano mu Rwanda, ariko n'abagana u Rwanda nk'aba mukerarugendo bagashobora gukina umukino wa golf nk'uko bawukina iwabo.
Ambassador, murakoze cyane kuba mwafatanyije natwe gusobanurira abanyarwanda uburyo uyu mukino umeze. Watubwiye bijyanye na finance, utubwira uburyo iterambere ry'uyu mukino aho rigeze, uburyo uyu mukino uri muri agenda ya sports tourism mu gihugu cy'u Rwanda. Utubwira uburyo nka union muhagarariye Rwanda Golf Union, uburyo irimo irakorana na private sector ndetse na different companies kugira ngo agenda ya Miss ishobore kuba yashyirwa mu bikorwa. Mutubwira uburyo mwatangiye sports academies, ndetse mufite uburyo abana biga mu mashuri atandukanye umukino wa golf byatangiye mbere ya COVID-19, mbere yuko itangira. Mudusobanura muri rusange uburyo murimo murafatanya na government na private sector kugira ngo uyu mukino ubashe kuba wagera kure bishoboka, ndetse ugateza n'igihugu kure mu buryo bwa tourism, ndetse n'uburyo bwo kuzana abakerarugendo, ndetse n'uburyo bwo kuzana amadevize mu gihugu, cyane cyane ko akenewe kugira ngo yaba development, yaba maintenance, ndetse n'ibindi byose bigiye bitandukanye bishobora kuba byagerwaho. ubu rero abantu badukurikiranye barimo barareba live leaderboard cyangwa se uburyo abantu barimo bararushanwa aho bigeze ahangaha, scorecard uko zimeze mu makategorizi atandukanye, abantu baridinga yaba abejo hashize ndetse n'uyu munsi uburyo bihagaze, barimo barareba kuri screen zabo kugira ngo bamenye current status y'ukuntu umukino urimo uragenda. Ambassador, murakoze cyane, turabashimiye ko kwifatanya natwe kutubwira uburyo government y'u Rwanda ndetse na private sector harimo CIMERWA n'izindi companies zitandukanye zirimo zirafatanya na Rwanda Golf Union ndetse na Kigali Golf Club ndetse na Rwanda Golf Resort and Villas kugira ngo babashe gutuma uyu mukino ugera kuri benshi kandi ube accessible kuri benshi ndetse uzane na revenues kuko revenues zirakenewe kugira ngo umukino ushobore kuba wa
Moses ambassador ashobora kugenda adufitemo ideni ntabwo yatubwiye ukuntu umukino wagenze.
umukino wagenze neza cyane. Actually nakinnye na Captain Andrew ejo.
Yakubikiye ibanga.
Yambikiye ibanga, natangiye neza ariko umwobo wa 11 niho umukino wangirikiye. Nahakuye hafi 11 ariko bibaho
mu mukino uko bigenda.
Kwa kuvuga ngo ni badi ubwo twayituriye zina
collapse. I collapsed totally. So ariko niko umukino wa golf bumeze, umunsi umwe biba byiza, undi munsi nibigende nk'uko byifuza, ariko icyangombwa nuko ugomba kugaruka, ugomba guhozaho kugira ngo ushobore gukina neza. Mfite icyizere yuko ubutaha wenda nanjye bazaba bamereza igikombe.
Actually, I'm curious to ask you, Ambassador Bill, because you played golf for quite some time. Have you ever felt like today I played the best golf I wanted to play, or it never happens at all?
No, it does happen. I've played golf now for maybe 23 years. And but you always anticipate that there will be a better day. My best day...
Which brings you back?
My best day is when I played 14 under.
Wow.
Yeah,
of which handicap?
50 stable points. I was playing handicap 19 and I played 5 over gross.
Oh. When last time have you played 5 over gross?
No, I've played my lowest I've played is 1 over gross.
Perfect.
Yeah, so...
And which handicap do you play off now?
9.
What inspired you to start playing golf?
My very good friend called Mark Ongom. So whenever I would visit Kampala, he would say, find me on the golf course, find me on the golf course. So then when I would get there, he said, but you know what, just take a club, go hitting a ball behind us, and that's it.
Thank you, Ambassador.
Thank you very much
for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts about this game, about this beautiful game we love. And our next guest is the marketing manager of CIMERWA to take us through about the journey of CIMERWA, how they end up being one of the biggest sponsors of this beautiful game, and also to tell us the agenda, why they decided to partner with golf, and which other sports activities do they sponsor, where, which other part, how do they work to strengthen communities, and all those other details. He's a golfer himself. Mark, thank you so much and welcome.
Thank you very much.
You are smiling. Have you played today?
No, unfortunately, I didn't play because there was a lot going on behind the scenes. I had to make sure that goes properly.
The event looks fantastic. You must have been really.
It's the reason why he didn't play. He didn't participate.
We are very happy.
He came dressed and ready to play, but he didn't play because he wanted to make sure that everything falls in place for the rest of the participants.
I love that say because of CIMERWA and also because of Mark. And the hard work and the team of CIMERWA PPC, we are here sitting and discussing about this beautiful game. So, Mark, you are the marketing manager of CIMERWA. This is being a 4th edition of CIMER Golf. How did you come up deciding to say golf is our is our way to, or it's a game that you want to be part and parcel, we want to be to partner with, so that one, our brand can be be appealing, or two, to reach to our customers, three, to strengthen communities.
Well, thank you very much. So this being the 4th edition, I think we're really proud to be part of the organizers of the first competition on this wonderful golf course. As you've seen, I think the most important thing for us is we always try to ask ourselves, how do we strengthen various initiatives that we're involved in? So we're involved in education, we're involved in some school programs, we're involved in sanitation programs, we're involved in various community initiatives. As you know, obviously, we're involved in construction, but also we're involved in golf. And golf is one of the, should I say, the premier developing sports in the country. And really that association of our promise of strengthening, how do we strengthen it? So it's been really a good journey. Started 4 years ago. This is the 4th time it has happened. Never happened last year because of COVID. So the turnout has been good. The feedback from the players has been excellent. And the fact that actually we decided also to extend it to millions more through a partnership with RBA has been really fantastic for us.
My question, why golf?
Golf is a wonderful game, first of all, let me say. Golf is not, from outside it looks deceptively simple, yeah? But it requires a lot of mental fortitude as well as physical strength. And that's sort of very similar to our brand in nature, if you think about it, you know? It requires planning. Cement is at the bottom of every construction project, you know, engineering, but also strength. So it speaks a lot to us, but also golf, the golfers as a community, you see that they're one of our biggest customers. Most of them are involved in construction projects, so it's a way of embracing them as well.
Yeah, CIMERWA, CIMERGolf and its heritage. You speak about strengthening. I love that strengthening Rwanda.
Yes.
And I love strengthening golf. Strengthening golf.
It's a well put brand promise.
It's really it talks about strength. It talks about the action of doing it. There's strength itself, and there's action to do it. So how does it meet up with the game of golf itself?
So we've gone ahead actually and added a twist to that and said this time CIMERGolf, more than just the game. I think you saw that all over the place. I think what you're trying to say is the experience. So the golfing experience, we really thought, how do we actually strengthen that? How do we strengthen the golfing experience? So moved away just from the game. I think we have all these experientials planned up. There will be a lot of events. There's been a lot of events. There's been a lot of promotions attached to this. But mostly it's how do we give the customer that experience of having the best golfing experience. Thank you.
Yeah, Emma, you are our seasonal golfer. You know Mark.
That's a bit exaggerating. I'm not a seasoned golfer, but I'll be there.
You've been here.
I'm aspiring to be
You've been here for 1 year and 6 months, right?
Yes.
Yeah, no problem. That's good enough for you to tell about other people about this beautiful game. And I believe before even you came here, you were following golf.
Yes, I think I had an opportunity to be around golfers for some time as a sports journalist many years ago, but I didn't pick up the interest then. But one thing I can tell you is that I regret why I didn't start earlier. And this is a thing that every golfer will tell you, will say, I regret I should have started earlier. But I have a question for Mark before he leaves,
please.
as one of the those stakeholders that throw their weight behind golf. My concern is how can we work together and it stops being just a one-off thing that the tournament takes place once, but then we have sustainable development of the game itself. We get to see a Tiger Wood coming from Rwanda, so it just stops from this event that takes place once in a year, and we have to wait for CIMERWA to come back. How can we see them regularly participating in the development of the sport?
I think that's a very good question. Thank you. So, and actually that's an opportunity for us to talk about something we call the CIMERWA Kadi Foundation. So 2 years ago, the idea was, let us, to develop the sports, we cannot do it alone as a company. Usually they say it takes a village to raise a child.
Correct.
Now we partnered with various organizations and said, let's create a foundation. We seeded it with some money, not modest amounts, but the idea is that we can have some funds that can then be taken to develop golf at a grassroots level and for really the young people. So we have a KD Foundation, and you're going to see us do more work in that regard. The idea is that once we can work with children playing golf through schools and also at the community level, and this will enable us to organize different competitions for them, do some training, expose them to professionals. And the idea is that it can grow in 5 to 10 years from now, and you have, some of our Rwandese children also joining the ranks of international players. So it's an idea that started about 2 years ago, and we're hoping to keep on strengthening that as the years go by.
Speaking about the game of golf, this partnership of CIME Golf or CIMERWA PPC and the game of golf itself, how this long-lasting relationship, I can call it, because it has started 4 years ago, but I believe, I don't know how long to last, but I believe it's going to last, I don't know, everlasting. How long do you think this partnership will last, and what do you plan to work again hand to hand with the Rwanda Golf Union, the Kigali Golf Club, the Kigali Golf Resort and Villas to strengthen further this game?
So really, I don't know what will happen in 100 years. I think all of us will be dead for sure. But I can say that each year we try to make it better than the previous year. And this being the first time after the pandemic, obviously it wasn't very easy to organize. You can imagine, because you need assistance from not only local but also international partners. The promise is that next year will be even much bigger, and we'll play our part in developing the game of golf in Rwanda. We're really proud to be part of that, and it's a promise to the golfers and to Rwanda, which is positioning itself as a sports tourism destination. We really believe in that vision, and we want to be part of that vision.
Yeah, as you can tell, Rwandans who are watching us, tubwiye abanyarwanda barimo baradukurikirana, iyi ni leaderboard cyangwa se nukuntu scores zihagaze ubu aho bigeze, yaba abakinnyi ejo hashize ndetse n'abarimo gukina ubu ngubu, uko amanota yabo agiye akurikiranye, yaba abagabo, abadamu, abari mu categories zitandukanye, yaba stroke play cyangwa Staberford, bose bari kuri no liste. Mu kanya gato mugenzi wanjye Emma arabivuga muri detaye adusobanurira aho bigeze, ariko tukibireba tukirimo ndetse turanavugana na Andrew dako tumo turavugana. Sorry, Andrew is your dad. you look alike, by the way. Mark, you are a golfer yourself.
Yes, I am.
Which handicap do you play?
Play of 22.
22.
Yeah.
This morning I'm saying he's massaging his handicap. He should be playing better than that. I've seen the kind of golf he plays, and the swing he has is one of the most smooth swings I've ever seen. So handicap 22, I think he's cheating himself. I would give him, if I was the captain, I would chop him today and give him handicap 12.
What was your Mark? What was your best golf round?
Well, I played around about 3 weeks ago, where I played almost par, so that is what, 72 plus 22, yeah, 90 something. But anyway, I think I can definitely improve if I had more time, if I put more time to it. But it's a balance. You have to balance your pleasure and also your career and work. So golf offers those opportunities, but it is a thin line to work around.
So these three parts of the game, drive, chip, and putt. What is your best moment of those three?
I'm a really long hitter. I think
So
I can
drive
say
is
that. I can drive it long. Luckily straight, not all the time, but long for sure.
So Emma,
I just wanted us to, when I say we golf, it has a potential in terms of a brand, leave alone CIMERWA. Do you see this semi-golf evolve and probably gets to a regional and international level, and then we get to see international players coming through here? Is that a project that you'd consider to build?
Absolutely. I think so. CIMERWA is part of PPC Group, a South African company that has been involved in cement for over 100 years. In fact, we not only do golf sponsorships in Rwanda, we do that also in Zimbabwe, in Botswana, in South Africa, and I think also in Congo. So it's something that we're definitely considering. How can we actually unite all the operations in doing something that is actually Pan-Africanist in nature? So that is an ongoing conversation with our colleagues in the other operations, and but we feel strongly that since we're not limited to one market, it makes sense for us actually to have a bigger impact, not only in where we are, but across the continent. So that's a very important point, and I think there is more to have, more in stock where that is going.
Emma, please update us on the current leaderboard. Who is leading and who is likely to win?
Okay, in the elite group, handicap 0 to 9, Jack Kayonga is still in the number 1 position because he played yesterday and finished his round of golf. But we are seeing the current president of golf club, Marcel Busa, also coming up. Jack yesterday played, he posted 1 over. And,
which is 73 net, right?
Which is 73 net. And Marcel is still on the course, hasn't completed his round of golf. But
which hole is
he's already, I wouldn't tell, but I don't think he has crossed the road yet. But he's so far also playing 1 over as we speak. So anything can change. He can play more of that over, or he can even go under. So in an event that these players, he finishes on that means it's a tie. I think what happens, I think they will do the count back. But in the same position we have Chiyong An. Chiyong An also with the 1 over and still playing. I can see Gentil Kangaho moving a little bit down. Slipping away with 2 over as we speak. Same score as Paul Naganda. Also is right now he's still playing, but he has so far posted 2 over.
Thank you, Emma. We would like to remind our followers who is watching Rwanda Television live now here in Kigali Golf Club, also on YouTube. This live broadcast is also on YouTube. I would like to remind you, CIMERWA is the last sponsor, the last host of this tournament in 2019. I remember it was in October, I believe. And they are the first to host another tournament as this course was opened. Congratulations.
Well, thank you very much.
I would like to thank you for the efforts that you put in, the love and the ties that CIMERWA has with the Rwanda Golf Union and Kigali Golf Club and Kigali Golf Resort and Villas to always be the first and always the last. How would you summarize that?
I think it's a great opportunity and a pleasure, really. But then we also thank, I think on behalf of our organization, we'd also like to thank the Kigali Golf Club and the Kigali Golf Union and the new management of the club. We really thank them for this partnership. It's been very fruitful and we hope to continue it. So on behalf of our team and the organizers, really, we're very appreciative and we hope we can continue to develop the sport together.
Mark, thank you very much. I would like to thank you on behalf of all our viewers, people who are following us live on Rwanda Television and on YouTube, on behalf of all golfers. I would like to thank you and thank CIMERWA for being part and parcel of this long journey, and always being the first and always being the last to be part and strengthen. And it really emphasizes that strengthening part of the agenda from CIMERWA. I would like to thank you so much on behalf of the board of CIMERWA and PPC also. And I would like also to thank everyone who has been following us. This is CIME Golf 2021. Iyi ni CIME Golf 2021. Turi hano live kuri Kigali Golf Club, Kigali Golf Resort and Villas, aho umukino wa golf ukinirwa hano mu Rwanda. Nkuko twababwiye, uyu mukino watangiye mu 1987 utangirwa n'abantu bihuje bariteranya, bashyira ingufu hamwe bafatanyije na leta y'u Rwanda yabahaye ubutaka kugira ngo babashe kubaka imyobo imwe n'imwe, bubakaga umwobo umwe bagashyiraho undi kugira ngo babashe kubaka ikibuga cya golf. Byatangiye ari imyobo 9, ariko nyuma yaho uko ibihe bigenda bihinduka, leta y'u Rwanda ifatanya nabo ba golf members, leta y'u Rwanda ibaha ubutaka bundi muri za 90 ngira ngo na 6 na 7 babona ubundi butaka, aribwo aha twicaye bongera ibibuga biva ku 9 biba 18. Nyuma yaho ikibuga kirubakwa, ubu cyarubatswe kiri kuri standard ya PGA Tour, cyangwa se niyo standard ya nyuma ku kibuga cyiza kiri ku isi cyakinirwaho umukino wa golf. Iki kibuga rero gifite ubushobozi bwo kuba cyakwakira amarushanwa mpuzamahanga, yaba European Tours, yaba PGA Championship, yaba ndetse n'indi mikino itandukanye. Mu gihe kitari kera mushobora kubona abakinnyi mpuzamahanga, yaba ba Tiger Woods ndetse n'abandi bagiye bakina umukino wa golf. Iki kibuga cyashushanyijwe cyangwa se cyabaye designed by a professional golfer witwa Gary Player, washushanyije ibibuga bigiye bitandukanye bya golf, yaba muri South Africa, mu Bwongereza, muri Amerika ndetse no mu bihugu bitandukanye bya Afrika. Iki kibuga cya golf ni kimwe mu bibuga byiza muri Afrika gishobora kwakira amarushanwa mpuzamahanga. Nkuko twabivuze kare, abakinnyi barimo barakina mu myobo itandukanye, ntago bararangiza, ntago twashobora kubabwira uburyo result zose zimeze, kuko harimo abakinnyi barakina ubu batarava mu kibuga. Nkuko mugenzi wanjye yaramaze kubivuga mu kanya gashize avuga aho leaderboard igeze, ariko twongera gushima CIMERWA yatumye iyi rushanwa riba uyu munsi, ndetse twongeye gushima Emma wabanye nanjye. Emma, ese aka kanya haba hari changes zabayeho gatoya mbere yuko dusoza?
Yego, ariyo handicap kuva ku 10 kugera ku 18. Ubonye ukuntu ibintu bimeze, it is tightly contested. Abakinnyi bagera kuri 5 bose bafite amanota yegeranye. Ubu birakaze rwose, bigoye kuvuga ngo nikana kugiye gutsinda, ahubwo ntimutegereza. Ahubwo cyo navuga mu zindi segments muri gahunda za RBA, yaba ari makuru yo kumugoroba, abantu barimenye watsinze, ariko biragoye.
Oya, uko byagenda kose RBA hafi yawe, RBA igihe cyose iba iri hafi yawe. Turaza kubaha updates yaba mu makuru y'imikino uyu munsi ndetse n'indi minsi zagendiza mu biganiro bigiye bitandukanye by'imikino. Tubaha updates y'ukuntu byagenze, uwatsinze ninde mu makategori atandukanye, watwaye igikombe ninde, ndetse tuzagenda dukomeza no kuvuga kuri uno mukino muri detaye kugira ngo tukomeze kubwira abanyarwanda bari mu Rwanda, bari hanze y'igihugu, uburyo uyu mukino ukinwa, bawumenye, bawumve, bawisangemo, ndetse bakomeze no kuza kuwukina. Dushimiye RBA nk'umufatanyabikorwa wa rino rushanwa CIME Golf 2021. Abadukurikiye bose aho bari, yaba mu Rwanda ndetse no hanze, abari kuri YouTube twese turabashimiye itimu nini yamfashije kugira ngo iyi broadcast ibashe kuba yabageraho mwese turabashimiye nakagaruka hano kuri Kigali Golf Club i Nyarutarama murakoze